You want to get high?
When the beats hit hard and the ground got clouds, I see dark smoke in the air, windows rolling down. We the kings of the streets taking over the town. Licking windows, they ain't got a clue. We the window lickers, making moves. Dirty style rap, that's how we ride. Spit fire with pride, we can't be denied. In the dirty south, we hold it down. Window lickers in every town. We bring the heat, we bring the sound. Dirty style rap, that's how we get down.
What's up, fans? Did you notice? No glass break. Yeah, that's it. We're evolving. We've taken our childish sound effects and we've thrown them away. Kevin wasn't involved in putting that on any of this. It was purely me. But fans, how you doing? How goes it? We're here. It's another Tuesday where we discuss Monday Night Raw. And real quick, before we get started, want to say a shout out to my wife. It's her birthday. She is out in St. Louis right now with the daughters. One daughter's on college campus tours and a travel softball league that's really aggressive. They'll end up in Tennessee here tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for being born and, being my best friend. And I can say that here because I know you don't watch this show. So thank you so much. And Tupac, it would have been your birthday. I think you would have been 55 this year, something like that. You'd be up there. So big names, big people, big reasons why we're here. And one of the biggest reasons, he's one of my friends here. He is a Chaos Goblin. He shows me all the nooks and crannies of the Chaos world, and I just delight in them. He is my friend, Kevin Kalloway. How goes it, my friend? What's up with you?
Not bad, man. Being a gigantic soccer fan, this once every 4 years occurrence kind of is happening right now called the World Cup. So, first and foremost, excuse me as there is a game on right now. So, if there is ever a random moment where my facial expression goes,
Yeah.
that probably means that a score just happened. That some kind of wild goal happens.
Take notes, fans.
Because Norway and Iraq are playing right now. And it's really cool to see. I think I was talking to Annie about that. Yeah, I was talking to Annie about this earlier, and she made a comment. It's really cool to see everyone come together with like so much country, like national pride for each of their countries, because you see all these fans travel from all over the place just to come here. I've watched a couple Instagram reels where Scotland fans took over Boston. They were at the Boston Red Sox game singing I Would Walk 1,000 Miles. They were taking over pubs and singing Take Me Home, Country Road. You got Norway fans rowing the boat in the audience in this game. Like, it's so cool to see everyone come together. I saw another one where South Korean fans had a bottle of tequila that they were going to bring into the stadium because they were about to play in Mexico. And the security's like, no, you can't take that in. Like, it's glass. We can't have that, which is fair. So they're like, well, I'm not going to waste this bottle of tequila. So then they stood outside of the stadium at like Estadio. I think it might have been in Guadalajara. I don't know. It was somewhere in Mexico. Because then the Mexican fans all walked up to them. And now South Korean fans and Mexican fans are together. Like they're just bros now.
Drinking tequila.
They're just drinking tequila. In front. It's a beautiful game that brings everyone together. And man, there was a wild occurrence yesterday. Actually, we had a Spain, who is the number 2 nation in soccer, against a small island nation in Africa named Cabo Verde. Everyone going into this game was like, okay, Spain's going to win. The question is by how much, right? But as you know by following sports, any given day, wild things can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Cabo Verde did not lose that match.
Wow.
They didn't win. They drew. But that is like a win for a small island nation against number 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Absolute nuts occurrence. And another nuts thing happened all day. It actually, as a person who sometimes likes to hit the betting apps every so often, it brutalized my wallet. But there was, because I never bet on these, there were 4 draws in all 4 games yesterday. There was a 0-0 tie, a 1-1 tie, a 1-1 tie, and then the final game was a 2-2 tie, which almost never happens in the World Cup. So, like, all these occurrences are crazy. And one I wanted to touch on from the weekend, just before we get into Raw, I could go on forever, but Germany looked dominating, and they won 7-1.
Damn.
Which is a nuts scoreline, but that scoreline actually has a lot more precedence. My buddies and I actually have a joke surrounding it, which I'll get to at the end of it. But 7-1 is a scoreline that's meaningful because in a World Cup past, I don't remember which one was in Brazil. It might have been 2012. I would guess 2012. Okay. Because I was in college watching it at the time, and Brazil faced Germany in the semifinals, about to go into the finals of the whole tournament. In Brazil. So Brazil is facing Germany in Brazil in the semifinals. Germany walks into that game as not the favorites. Brazil is the favorites, his home country, home soil, like they're going to make it. There's so much belief in all of that audience. Germany eliminated them 7-1.
Damn.
And the Brazilian fans were seen crying, holding replicas of the World Cup, like it was everywhere.
Oh, I bet.
And my friends and I started memeing that the 7-1 scoreline is the Germany. And whenever there was a 7-1 when we were playing like Rocket League or any other sports games or anything else, we would try and hold that stat line until the end of the game no matter what, so that we would just start chanting Germany at the end of it.
That's funny. I like that.
So when I saw the stat line come back up on Sunday, it brought a warm feeling to the cuckolds of my heart.
I love that. I love that. Bringing reminiscence of past World Cups. That's. It sounds like it's a very entertaining World Cup for you so far.
It is.
I know you, Bryce, and House have been talking about it and given what you guys are loving, getting real excited for it. That's what I love about the World Cup, like you were talking about with South Korea fans, going out there and thinking they're going to be able to take something that is significant to the culture there, not being able to, but then having a complete once in a lifetime moment with a whole group of fans, and you're all there for one thing: soccer, football. It's a magical thing. I personally don't follow it. That's just me. That's me.
Not everything is for everyone. It just
exactly. I respect the hell out of it, and I understand that some of the greatest athletes on this planet have stepped on soccer fields and have done some amazing things. I mean, my grandfather told me he never watched soccer, but he would watch a Messi match. He would watch guys like that, and I forget the Pele.
Pele, yeah.
Yeah, he talked about him too, and the reason why he watched Messi and those guys when he could is because of watching Pele. He was like, the dude was incredible. He's like, I've never seen anything so amazing.
There's people who name wrestling moves after Pele's iconic.
Exactly. So, I mean, we get to a point to where sometimes the sport itself becomes bigger, and then your fan base will get even bigger than that. And then now it's like it's engulfing people from all over around the world, much like wrestling. I mean, hell, next year, I guarantee, Danhausen has to be a part of the Knicks logo next year. There's no other discussion that needs to be had. We got Fighting's One chiming in. He says, I hate soccer. It's up there next to golf. That's a more boring sport.
I find the more that people dislike sports is because they don't understand the tactics of it. And understanding tactics of it makes a world of difference. It's the same with baseball and me. I fucking hate baseball. I can't watch it. I think it's the most boring piece of shit sport. I understand that there's a lot of great athletes in it. I don't think it's a bad sport in that sense, but I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Because I find it so boring, especially pre-pitch clock. Holy shit. They would just sit on the mound for 5 minutes doing nothing. but I didn't understand tactics of baseball either. So my perception started changing when my buddy was watching it with me, and he's like, "Oh, they're doing this because of this. Oh, they're doing this because of this." And when you start to understand more of the tactics of it, you start seeing what you're looking for. Because otherwise, you're just waiting for a score. And yeah, if you're only waiting for a score in soccer, you're going to get like 3 moments of glory if you're lucky.
True. True.
And if that's the case and you're just waiting 90 minutes with no commercials for 3 scores,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a fun watch. So I get where people come from in the hate of these sports. And it's much of the time it's just because not understanding it. And like, you don't have to understand it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you got to like it. You can hate it all you want. That's cool. It's a beautiful game if you understand it. And I think that's really cool. I think it's a really cool sport to be able to understand and see tactically and see what they're doing.
Yeah. We got young boy Bryce. He's saying golf and soccer hate is crazy. Bryce is one of our in your house creators and behind the scenes guys. You are correct, man. I'll say for me, NASCAR. I'll go and watch a soccer game. I'll watch a golf. I'll watch all that stuff. But if you say, "Hey, we're watching NASCAR," I will find a way to impale myself on something so I don't have to, because that is the most boring. Like, okay, cool, you made a left turn, and I don't care in the chat if you start chatting at me and telling me, "Oh, it's the greatest thing in Dale." I don't care. Earnhardt, no,
Yeah.
does you know what he should have had better safety gear. There you go. I mean, sorry, it sucks for him, but damn, I'm so tired of hearing about NASCAR. Runs through my life. Big Glenn, what's up, my friend? How you doing? He's saying
Soccer's been kind. I think he's talking about betting because he's saying it's been kind as hell to him, except for the France Senegal game.
Yeah, I seen he turned in a little bit of money on some betting apps.
Hell yeah!
Over the soccer.
I think I've been my max so far has been up 300 on World Cup. Oh, and look at that! And there's a goal.
There we go. And we got Bryce chiming in. I got a racing wheel playing. I got more respect.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? There is a racing sport that I do like watching. It's not NASCAR though. It's F1. Formula One is a sport that I didn't really watch until my buddy got really into it. And then one of my students was actually really into it, so he coached me even further on it.
Yeah.
So when when I started understanding the tactics of everything and what I was looking for and what the times meant and stuff, it started clicking more for me. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay, here we are. I still probably couldn't get into NASCAR only because like Formula One, their cars look sweeter, and they just I don't know. NASCAR always has a bad connotation for me because I grew up with a lot of people who loved NASCAR and they were pieces of shit.
Yep.
And I think it's just tough for me to get past that. It has nothing to do with the NASCAR itself. It has everything to do with the pieces of shit I grew up with.
Kevin, like I've said 100 million times, we're fucking brothers because that is the exact reason I hate NASCAR too.
Hold on, my TV's trying to turn off on me.
God, you're good. You're good. And soccer for me, fans, it's mostly the running. I don't think you need to run that much for a sport. But hey, here we are. We're getting ready to talk Monday Night Raw. Kevin Kalloway's back with us from his television technicalities. All right, so Monday Night Raw opened it up with the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
OTC himself, and we must acknowledge Young Boy. You said acknowledge you at the beginning. We acknowledge you. You are our Young Boy.
We acknowledge the Young Boy. What is that? Twos in the air?
Twos. You're twos. Kevin, there's been some discussion on the Jacob Fatu angle. I believe we had a discussion about it last week. But I would like to get back to you on that because we had some of those questions that we had answered, I believe, in this in-ring thing, this moment, this segment. It was brought up. Jacob directly said he's not acknowledging the Usos That was not part of it. It's acknowledging him. And then Roman flipped the script on him.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman acknowledged Jacob in a way. Am I wrong?
No, you aren't wrong.
Real quick before we get into it, it looks like we got
You got a run in.
We got an invader, somebody who doesn't respect national land. He's just coming in and just taking over. He is the young boy, Bryce. What's up, my friend? How
What
are
up,
you
Bryce?
doing?
Hey man, fresh out the gym,
Hell yeah.
There we
right in
go.
time. You know, I told you I'm running in like money in the bank.
I love it. I love it, Bryce. Okay, so we're in the middle of discussing the Bloodline segment at the top of Raw, and we're specifically talking about the Jacob portion of it. So, Kevin, give your thoughts on that, and then we'll kick it to Bryce.
So for me, this was telling as to one of the angles that we kept talking about it could go, where Jacob is going to be seen as higher up the rankings. Jacob is going to only listen to Roman. He's not going to listen to the Usos. And I think that this opens up more. It opens up more things to this angle to not suck, or like feel like a
100%.
repeat. Because if they just tried to repeat it, where Jacob Fatu essentially took the role of Solo Sikoa, did it better, but just took the role of Solo Sikoa from before, I don't think that this angle works as well as it does with this, where there's gonna be built-in dissension because we already have Crash Out Jey Uso yelling about shit and saying he's gonna take over, and when he doesn't take over, and then Jacob doesn't listen to him, it's gonna get even worse.
True.
And I think we're gonna get crazy Uncle Jay out of this at some point, who just like says shit but then can't back it up.
Well, I think to your point, to add to it, I think we've seen a little bit of that a little later on in Raw with the LA Knight segment. So, Bryce, why don't you give us your thoughts? We know this is like the group. This is the Beatles to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the best thing in wrestling, right? I mean, I'm glad we're not getting a complete rehash. You know, that was what kind of felt worried about for a minute when we kind of started, you know, what we had going on. I really liked the opening segment. I mean, the one thing that is kind of rough about this group is they will give you a 10-minute entrance circle jerk, and then we'll eventually kind of get to what's going on 20 minutes into the episode.
By the way, I agree wholeheartily with that, Bryce. They're taking way too fucking long to end it. Come on, man.
Like, even as somebody who loves it, I'm like, all right, like, we can get this moving, because this is why, like, I don't know, this is why shows don't need to be 3 hours and things like that.
Yeah.
But
because we're just if you can't run 3 hours, don't.
you don't have to,
you don't need to pad this shit.
You don't have to fluff it that much. But I like the presentation of Reigns giving Jacob his own Ufalafa or Ulafala. My bad, I'm on the LA Knight.
Falafel.
The Ula falafels. But I like that, and I like the moment. Really, I mean, you were talking about we got Jay kind of starting to crash out later, but you can kind of see it then.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as Jacob gets that, Jay's kind of like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to be like, this was supposed to be us kind of all getting acknowledged, and like they were kind of trying to rub it into Jacob's face a little bit, it felt like, and then, you know, the crowd wouldn't let him. Then once Roman gave him that, it kind of looked like Jay was ready to already kind of crash out. And if you watch the Sunday house party, we were talking about, you know, potential results of this tournament, and I think that's something that kind of feeds into prediction I kind of had of, you know, hey, when Jay wins this tournament, spoilers, maybe he's going to turn and look at Roman, who's looking like he might want to kind of favor Jacob over him.
It's possible. I would say he probably goes after Cody and fails. I think that makes the most sense.
Definitely.
Just looking at it logistically, I think it's too early to pull the trigger on Jay doing that specifically, like going up against Roman. Because I think if you're gonna do something like this, where you're gonna have an angle that's gonna slow burn Jacob Fatu, I don't think you want to kill the angle that quick, if that makes sense. In the sense of, I don't mean kill like it's gonna it's going to be bad. I mean, like, you can let this cook a little bit longer before you take it out of the oven. I do agree to some extent fighting. Visually, it is the same as before. Roman's in the front, everyone's behind. That was never going to be different in this scenario. I do think Jay is acting way more of a fool than he did before, though. In the sense of, we're getting more of a crash out. Jay doesn't know what to do with himself in this. What we got in the first iteration of the Bloodline was a more measured Usos until they needed to turn on Roman because they started to realize there were cracks forming. Now, Jay at the beginning of that was trying to fight Roman, but I'm talking about specifically at the middle of it when we were in the thick of the Bloodline angle, not at the beginning of it. Because that was the formation of it.
I think Jay carries a different swagger this time, in a sense of like he knows he was main event Jey Uso. He knows like he feels very Hollywood in the group. While the whole group is walking out being serious, he's walking by everyone, motherfucker, I'm in the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how he's walking around.
He's Sami Zayn in this iteration.
He's Starscream. Like
he's Sammy. He's Starscream. He's the block that doesn't quite fit in the square peg.
Yeah, like he's flaunting that blood. Like everybody loves. They know they're in the Bloodline, but he feels like let me put this shit in your face this time a little bit more. Like I'm part of this dynasty. When like start looking like where you really fit into this.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you on that one. He is going above and beyond for character work when it comes to this, and there's probably something to that. House mentioned something. No matter what we say about Jay and everything, we know he can carry a main event story.
Yeah,
he did it for years with the Bloodline, and they're back to it. Tony brought up something very interesting, and I want to throw that into this mix, and then we'll kick to the next subject. But Tony threw into the fact, what if Jay and Jacob are going to team up, and Jacob is going to be the next leader of the group? Only because, and I'm not sure exactly why Tony threw that out there, but I'm starting to look at it and follow it, and I'm seeing what we were told by the Usos when Jacob first came to the WWE. We were told not to fuck with him.
Yeah,
like don't fuck with Jacob. And then they see their tribal leader fuck with Jacob. Mm-hmm. And then you seen Solo. He was fucking around with Jacob. They were all doing all these things that was told from the family, the get-go. So in some sense, Jay can feel that his family, his chief, turned his back on him and took the easier road by messing around with Jacob and getting him involved. Now he's bringing Jacob back into the fold. Jay can look at that and be like, okay, we can build something off of this, because Roman's not the true tribal chief in Jay's eyes. I think they're going to start building into that. I don't know. There's some weird dynamic in there where I think that's going to come into a play, and Jay's going to walk away from these guys, and I think Jacob and him might team up.
I could see that scenario at some point. I don't really know. I don't know where that leaves Jimmy in all of this either.
That's another.
He's always the odd one out. It feels like,
but he's so good.
He's really good, but like he just gets overshadowed by Jay's personality and Jacob Fatu's mannerisms, and then just Roman's aura. He just feels like, I don't know, the bag guy.
Yeah, well, I want to see more of him. I want to see his own personal personality, like we seen with one of my favorites was Greg the Hammer Valentine. Yeah, just because he was in the back, for so long, and then brought forward, and when you get that brought forward, that's when it's like, okay, now I can connect with you. And Big Jim is somebody I want to connect with.
And I think I agree with fighting, because I think he was talking about Jay in this scenario. Jay is going to end up being the backstabber, who does something behind Roman's back, who does something that he felt emboldened to be able to do, but he angers his tribal chief somehow, and then he gets pissed that Roman's pissed, and then that kind of leads to the friction or whatever happens. I heavily agree with that with Viton, because if we're looking at this and how it's looking now, Jacob Fatu is getting treated like the right-hand man, not Jay.
That's a good point. It almost makes me want to dive right into the LA Knight segment, but I know we have a lot
Let's
more.
do it. No, let's do it. It's all relevant to it.
Okay.
I think it's all relevant to it. We may as well hit it all at once.
Okay, so Bryce, we're going to jump into the LA Knight segment of this drama that was going on. So we had LA Knight come out and do his barking, his yapping, as Bryce put it on Sunday's House Party, which is a great episode. Go check that out if you haven't yet. He comes out there, basically lays it out on the line that, you guys are bitches and I'm here to handle my shit. Fuck you guys. Jay crashes out. Him and LA Knight, they go at it. Big Jim is in the middle of it, trying to make sure nothing happens, because for so long we were said that this is his friend. They're friends in the Hall.
I think Roman earlier in the night, he made a point to the Usos. He was like, somebody needs to shut this motherfucker up, basically. Like, this guy's been talking. Somebody go handle it. Why are we not handling it? So I think Jim was like, I got it. He went out there, and then Jay came out and crashed out.
Yeah, and it turned into a steel chair being introduced, and then LA Knight getting that steel chair and then cracking both of them with it. We had was this the moment that no, this wasn't when the Prophets came out.
No, Jacob came out. Jacob came out at the end of
Jacob
this,
came out
segment,
and gave the death
and
grip.
made the save for the Usos. Did the death grip to LA Knight, and got the Usos out of there.
So, okay, with him coming out, with Jacob coming out and delivering the death grip, is that at the hands of Roman, or is that him trying to maybe weasel a little grace with the Usos?
I don't think it's the second one.
No.
So in a sense, I don't think it's either. I mean, I think it is
either of them. I think Fatu just dislikes LA Knight and what he was talking about.
I think it's bloodline business. I think Jimmy is going out there to diplomatically handle this situation.
Yep.
He is the calm
diplomat.
head. Let me talk him into it, because when Jay came out, crashed out, and he ended up super kicking LA Knight, he tells him then, hey, it didn't have to be like this. I did not want it to come to this. Jay is obviously that guy. Then obviously the confusion between the Usos got them both beat up by that steel chair. So I mean, I think some of it is Fatu is he's doing what was asked in the first place.
Yeah,
you two failed the fucking job. I'm gonna come and take care of business and they kind of get into it right after the segment. But Jay and Jimmy, both their ways did not work. Trying to come out diplomatically didn't work. Jay crashing out didn't work. What did Jacob do? Just come out and death grip him and get it over with. Like, just fucking put his ass down and let's get on.
True. I mean, either way, the Bloodline's story inside Raw for this specific Raw was excellent. I thought it was masterful. It actually made me more interested in the Bloodline when I thought it was just going to be, much like Fightins was saying, just the same old stuff. But with this interjection of Jacob and where his mindset is, like, how long is he going to stick on just being Roman's lackey, because that's going to eat at him. It's just the type of dude he is. Any last comments on the Bloodline segments for this Raw, guys?
No, I think we covered it at this point. Like, the Bloodline stuff, I agree, is getting way more interesting than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
When I saw Jacob lose, I knew they were going to try and cook something, but I didn't have a lot of faith that it would be interesting. And there's still a little ways to go for me to find it fully interesting, but I'm starting to see pieces fall that have possibilities. Is how I would put it.
I like that. I like that. Bryce?
I mean, I'm strapped in every week. It's just like always with the bloodline. I feel like I could sit here and I could try to fancy book the next whatever, 3 months, 6 months, a year. I could sit here and try to, evaluate everything to the best of my ability. But at the end of the day, like I just gotta sit down, shut the hell up, and watch what's happening.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I mean, just enjoy the ride. Like,
I like doing both. I like evaluating.
Oh yeah, I
during
mean,
the
I'm gonna
ride
yap
anyway.
about it. I mean, oh yeah, fighting's listen,
right. Eric Andre took those
We
splashes.
we didn't even really bring that up, but like
Yeah.
getting to see Eric Andre, it was hilarious because obviously him and Roman are castmates in the Street Fighter movie.
Yep.
The moment with Fatu going to splash him the first time, Roman stopping him, kind of showing, hey, like I do have power over this guy.
Yeah.
And Adam Pearce is like plead with him, and like I'm like, oh, he's gonna save his
Roman's
castmate. Yeah, no, get him, fuck him.
Get him in here.
And then he tells him do it again.
Yeah. Dude, I love that. I love that. Especially who they did it to. Eric is such a fantastic dude.
Oh, and that's a guy who, like, I'm sure he was like, he's all about that type of stuff. He put his body out there.
He's a fan of wrestling too. He's appeared in the background of a few different things that they've done. I believe he was highlighted in one of the Raws too. What's up, House? How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. We just wrapped up the Bloodline talk. Now it's time to get into Queen of the Ring semifinals. Io Sky defeated Raquel Rodriguez. Guys, where are we at with this one? Is this something you guys seen coming? Is this you into it? You not? Let's hear from you, Kevin.
Kevin.
Did Kevin freeze? I think Kevin froze.
I couldn't tell if Kevin was watching the soccer game.
I know. That's exactly where my mind was at. All right, there he is.
I thought Norway was rocking for a second.
No, my internet decided to go honky. I think it's thunderstorming outside. We're talking about EO, right?
Yes.
Is that what I heard before all of my internet decided to crash out for a minute?
Yes, we were talking about the Queen of the Ring semifinals match, Io Sky versus Raquel, with Io picking up the win. Where were you at with this storyline?
I kind of felt that like this was inevitable.
Yeah.
Io had to go into the finals. It was never going to be a Judgment Day finals because I don't think they're ready for that conversation yet.
Yeah.
Especially not with Raquel.
It would have been so cool though.
It's gonna be a Liv Morgan and Io Sky final.
Yeah.
It leaves the most possibilities in the air, I think. Because then you have the risk of the Liv Morgan winning and then going for 2 titles. But I think Io beats her and then faces her at SummerSlam is probably the way that they'll end up going. That way Io gets a win without having to take the title, and then Liv can win at SummerSlam to retain the title and keep going. Do I think that there's a chance that Charlotte goes through? Absolutely. Would I love to see Charlotte versus Io Sky? Abso-fucking-lutely. Because I also think there's a case to be made for Charlotte versus Rhea as Rhea's next feud. And I think that would be a very good possibility in a match too. I think they're still going to go with Liv and Io, but if they go Charlotte, it wouldn't shock me entirely, but they better have an out for Liv. Because if you're just going to have your champ get pinned in the tournament without it being the finals, she's got to have an out.
Yeah, I agree with you. And in my head, I'm only thinking maybe Raquel has had enough.
Yeah.
And that would be, but then you're,
or Roxanne would be a possibility too.
Yeah. Yeah. I did enjoy this match. I thought it was good. It's an Io Sky match. I mean, how's it not going to be good?
Io consistently performs.
Yeah, and Raquel is just consistently improving every time she steps in the ring. So I enjoyed this. Bryce, where was your mind at during this match? And it better not have been on them booties.
Whoa.
Young
Bailey was not on the screen.
True.
That's my girl. This match, I mean, I called it on Sunday.
Yeah, you did.
I called it a Sky Flair finals, so that's where I'm at with that. But that was also because this is Charlotte Flair is the only SmackDown woman, and this is a SmackDown belt.
I'll go further. She's the only SmackDown competitor to make it out of a Fatal 4-Way, including
Correct.
the men.
Yes, yes. So I'm kind of riding on her. I think the last time they tried to springboard her to the top when she came back from injury, the fans kind of soured on her. And I feel like that was because I think they felt like, oh, big dog's got to eat, so big dog straight to the top. And I think they were kind of down on that, but she's taking that time to be in that tag team, to kind of like stay out of that main event scene and things like that for a long while. So I think this is kind of a good opportunity to, I mean, maybe transition on to her. Is there going to be some shenanigans in her match with Liv? I don't know. Probably, since Liv is a champ and knowing this company,
Yeah.
there's never if you're a champ, you're not losing clean if you do lose somehow. So
I generally agree with protecting champions anyway. If you're not going to have them immediately feud with the people who beat them,
for sure. And I think, and I guess it also depends too. Like, what are they doing at Night of Champions? Is that still like a thing where they do the title versus title holder? Do they still do that?
I don't think that.
Or is that the crown? That's Crown Jewel.
That's Crown Jewel. Yeah, that's Crown Jewel.
All right. So I was gonna say maybe then, like, okay,
Liv would have the out of.
She beats.
Twice.
Well, and then they fight again at Night of Champions, and you can give Liv the win while they both have the belt. I don't know, just something
like that.
You know how they are. They're 50-50 as hell with weird things like that.
With the name, every title should be defended. It is not Night
That's
of
Champions.
Champions.
It used to be.
That is what it used to be, but I would also like to point out
them,
if they did every title that they currently have now.
Hey man, bring
it
AAA
would be
on.
A 12-match fucking card.
Bring all the titles. Bring them all.
AEW does it every single.
And I hate it every time for 5-hour pay-per-views, bro. Give me 4 at most.
to reel my ADHD thoughts on Charlotte Flair back in, I think we got a Flair Io Sky final. Both women have also passed, Rhea Ripley, connections, relationships, things like that to feed off of. So I don't think there's not a wrong answer in any of the 3 women
have
left.
Connections with Liv if you were to have them be the finals too.
Yeah.
Because then you have Charlotte and you have Io, and no matter who out of those 2 wins, there would be intrigue as to who they pick.
Yep. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think we're gonna see Io, Charlotte in the final.
I would prefer that.
And I think Charlotte Flair is gonna win it. When we get to that point.
Okay. I mean,
I would love to see a Charlotte win at this point. Actually, she's spent her time away from the world title picture.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Yeah,
I agree with Bryce heavily on that. She's been away long enough. She hasn't even sniffed a world title. Let her be back in the conversation of world title.
No, that makes sense. I mean, she's been on the bench from it for a while. Yeah. And since we're speaking of her, let's go into her match. Yeah. Charlotte Flair defeats Roxanne Perez via submission with the figure 8 leg lock. This was another really good match. Roxanne Perez, that little whippersnapper is just getting better and better and better every single time that bell rings and she's on the card. I absolutely love her when she gets Irish whipped into the ropes and she goes for the second rope to bounce off of. I love that. I think it plays perfectly for her stature, for the way she can move around in that ring. And to be able to put on a match this good against somebody with Charlotte Flair stature, it just shows that she's becoming her own woman inside that ring, and I'm loving it. I wish it's like Sky Blue over at AEW for me, Bryce. I wish she was getting more wins. I wish she was being highlighted more independently outside of the group that she's in. But this was a really good match. Charlotte does what Charlotte always does and looks like a champion every time she comes out. Did you guys see the Danhausen and Charlotte interaction?
Or Liv, but sorry, somebody. So I'm reading comments. Like, I like to look at the thread for the post Raw thread, and I'll read the comments. And somebody asked, can someone answer one question? Where the fuck is Joe Hendry? And somebody was like, nobody says his name.
That's good.
That's the right answer, though.
I'm like,
I like it.
I guess that explains a lot.
You got me there.
But yeah, there was an interaction with Charlotte and Danhausen. I don't know if it was on TV, but
There
Charlotte
were a
showed.
lot of Danhausen
Or
interactions.
live in Danhausen.
Okay, so that's who they showed on TV. So Charlotte has a video backstage of her and Danhausen, and
Oh.
Charlotte shows up with that robe that has the black star, and Danhausen cons her into giving it to him, and they switch robes, and Danhausen's like eyes are all lit up, and he's walking around in a flare robe with this black star behind him. It's excellent. Go out there. It's on her reels and stuff on her social medias. You can check that out. It's fantastic. But yeah, whoever wants to discuss this match, let's hear about it.
I mean, it got Flair over.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I think you mentioned this before. I wish Roxanne was featured more outside of the group, but I do think that there is a bottom line for Roxanne at the end of this. There's no way in hell that they don't have some kind of plan long term for Roxanne after the way that they treated her within NXT and bringing her up. I'm not saying they're going to pull the trigger anytime soon.
Yeah.
But she is viewed as the future. And because of that, they're probably looking for the right time to dismount her from the Judgment Day and make her just a stark raving babyface for a while, which I think she will do well with. There is an angle where you can keep her heel, and she does good with heel as well, but I think they're going to ride her babyface for a little bit and make her not like a Mighty Mouse, because, you know, smaller stature, but I think she'll be more like Rey Mysterio babyface, where she's going to be fighting from underneath a lot and trying to get a lot more sympathy from people based on that and selling and, you know, overcoming odds.
I
think there's money in that. I think there's
There
a
is.
lot of money in Roxanne to do that. Not that I don't think that there's money in a Roxanne heel turn, or a further heel turn, I suppose. Because I think she plays the cocky bitch really, really well too. But just for a freshening up, I think turning her into a large fight from underneath babyface is the right call. And that's long-term booking. It seems like they're pushing towards her having some miscommunications with the Judgment Day.
I think so.
Which
too.
leads me to believe there's going to be some kind of inner turmoil near Liv's end of title run.
Okay. I like that. Bryce, where were you at on this one?
I feel like, I mean, the match was the match. I mean, I don't really have too many thoughts on that.
It's fine.
More, I guess, on Roxanne Perez Judgment Day thoughts, though. I mean, that's the one where, like, I'm at the point where, like, it's recycled. Like, they feel recycled in the sense of, like, is something gonna happen?
Yeah.
Nothing's really happening. Like, I don't know. I think it's weird sometimes. Like, I think Roxanne getting away could be very beneficial, but also could put her into a weird void
I
where
agree with that too.
this company will do to you sometimes until they just throw her with Julia or something like that in a tag team down the line, because they don't know what to do. I also think that, like, I don't know, sometimes I hate, like, Liv is probably going to lose because of Judgment Day problems.
Yes.
Oh, fuck up on, I try to give you a chair, or I try, like, something stupid is going to happen. Liv will lose. And then that is what we'll talk about for the next week, or the internet will talk about, oh, like, that moment, now Roxanne's going to go for the title. And then, like, literally nothing will happen of that. Roxanne will probably actually help Liv, and we'll be back to fine. And sometimes, like, I'm okay with that. The faction doesn't need to, like, actually break up all the time. But, like, I do get where, all right, like, can we get some motion? Because some of the Judgment Day members aren't necessarily doing anything. They're not necessarily getting title shots. Like, not saying they all need to hold gold, but, like, they could definitely cheat their ways into being number one contenders in different divisions, and, you know, ultimately failing sometimes.
At least get a shot. Like,
Yeah,
There's
the,
more
the
people who
numbers are
could
just
use a
there.
strong.
Like
Yeah, the numbers are there.
even in the Raquel Io Sky match, like there was no numbers game, and I'm not completely hating on that. I'm cool with a clean win, but like that's one of those where I'm like, if
Why weren't they out there?
thank you, Judgment Day easily can hold the finals if
Why,
they want to.
but also here's a good question because this is worth noticing and noting too. Roxanne or not Roxanne, Raquel was out there with nobody, but Roxanne was out there with Liv. Why didn't Liv come out with both? And I think that's a question that they wanted us to ask. I don't know if they'll do anything with it. But it is worth noting that that's a thing. Because I ultimately do agree with Bryce, and one of my biggest hangups with how they do factions is they'll have some inner turmoil like they're teasing it, and then they'll be like, oh no, they're good for the next 8 months. And then they'll be like, oh, but now it came out of nowhere when they do something in 8 months.
Yeah.
And
You remember that
like,
time?
no, it didn't. You just decided you didn't want to do it for 8 months.
Yeah, and they've done that with Judgment Day alone. I mean, they've kicked out big names, and then they've wrote stories where for a year we were like, they're definitely splitting up this pay-per-view. Guarantee it, guys. You've heard it here at Kalloway. And then they're fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
sometimes they rule a PLE, and you go, well, fuck, what do we talk about now? Yeah, I get where you guys are at. I will say real quick before we move forward, we do on the next Monday Night Raw, we're getting a World Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, and a Women's Tag Team Championship match, Paige and Bree versus Bailey and Lyra. So you're going to get your Bailey fix there, Bryce, next week. Hold tight on that one. But real quick, let's do a real rapid fire, quick rundown of the rest, and we'll get you guys out of here and let you go about your Tuesday. The King of the Ring, Obafemi, defeated Dominic Mysterio at pinfall. Anything you guys want to say moving forward with
Judgment Day continued to eat L's all the way through this card.
They did.
Looking at
I don't like what they're doing with Oba sometimes.
Okay.
Like my hot take is that he's really good. Like he had really good matches on NXT. Like banger with Javon. He went toe to toe with Ricky Saints, and like if he's seen Ricky Saints on the main roster, brother ain't even getting out of his entrance. Like
no.
Dom is the AAA mega champion, and I'm not saying they didn't have a solid match, but like, man, my man got hit low blow, 619 to the balls, basically 619 with the hammer to the face or whatever. Like he put everything on him and he just threw him off in one. And I'm not like hating on the 5-minute squashes sometimes, but like I feel like he's almost so dominant that say we get to the point that he wins King of the Ring. Say he decides that he's beaten Brock Lesnar's ass night 1 and he taken Roman night 2. What the fuck do you do after that?
That is a good question.
I'm sorry. It sounds awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. Here's my hot take of that. If they go that direction, you're gonna have Oba beat Brock and lose to Roman. You have to have Oba take his first loss if that's the case. And at that point, you would have to have almost Jacob Fatu get the rub of costing him. And there's a way to get through that, but ultimately I would have Oba pick up his first loss in the finals and have it be due to somebody else like a Brock Lesnar. Because at that point, if you give him the title and you just do this dominant run that people were asking for until Lesnar came back, I think it's too much. Because then I agree with you. What the fuck do you do? Do you just have him do 5-minute squashes? Because if you just have him do 5-minute squashes, people are going to get uninterested very quickly. As a champion. Now, when you're on the chase, it's different. When you're on the chase, everyone's like, oh, he's dominating. He needs to get a title shot. But once you are champion, now you need to start having championship level stuff. And the stuff that he has will only keep him going for probably 3-4 months, if that, as a champion. and then you got to start having people who have a legitimate chance of beating him, and you got to show those cracks in the armor too. So,
I mean, like, yeah, because like if
agree
he
with
wins
you,
the
Bryce.
belt, it's like Money in the Bank. That's your only hope.
That's the only out.
To
It'd be the
sneak
only way
him.
out, because then you would have to have Oba get costed again. Have someone else just beat the teetotal shit out of him illegitimately, and then someone comes in like a Dominic Mysterio, frog splashes him 1, 2, 3, or doesn't even frog splash him. Fuck it. It was so damaging the other guy did that he just pins him.
Yeah.
He just pins him. Yeah. I think that would be the right call in that scenario, because then you can get. Oh man, I'm talking myself into Oba winning the title and having Dom take it off of him now, but I think you just dodge the title for Oba for a while. I think you giving him Brock, you're having him beat Brock in the third match, hopefully, and then I think you have him dodge having the title for a while, and I don't care how you cost him that title. Cost him the title.
Yeah. No, that makes most sense. Oba, Chase, we needed a little longer. I don't know what else you could do with them. And Shank, thank you for chiming in. Give me a shout out. Absolutely love you, Shanky baby. Keep doing what you do. So let's jump to real quick. We'll go to the Chad Gable defeated Rusev in submission. Two big.
I just love that Gable's getting wins.
Oh, me too. And plus, it's 2 submissions on a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
We
What
got.
the hell did they do to this man's music?
Yeah, he's a little different.
I don't like it.
different.
Is the music is his old Alpha Academy, or not Alpha Academy?
No, they changed off the Alpha Academy. They were running
they
that.
changed that one too.
Yeah, they ran that last
I missed the
week,
music,
and
yeah.
then they changed his music to this weird, like, I don't know, generic Rocky, not Rocky
Let's
like
just get rid of that.
movie, but like
Let's go back.
It's
some
an
American
experiment.
rock.
Listen,
theme.
I don't want to go back to Shorty G. Let's not do that.
Yeah, he. I don't think Chad Gable ever wants to go back to anything
No.
with Shorty G.
I don't think anyone wants him to go back to that.
No, but we did add Ethan. He came in. He did a little damage in this one after the fact, which whatever. Hey,
Yeah.
I like where they're doing what they're
Go for
going
it.
with here, and Chad Gable got a win with the ankle lock, so I like it. Jumping forward, Javon Evans defeated Austin Theory by a disqualification after Braun Breaker jumped in, and this brought out the Street Profits, which is now letting us know we're getting a match on the next Monday night. How'd you guys feel about this one? Is this a good storyline? You guys enjoying what the Vision's going into? It's a little change up because of injuries, but where are you guys at with this one?
I'm mostly for it. I think it's a little bit of a backstep for Breaker.
Okay.
Only because, like, at this point, like, man, Division is so goddamn snake bit.
It is.
I just don't. There were so many good things with it, and they just keep getting injured. And, like, it's not their fault. They're trying to put in the best matches possible. It's just, I don't know, just be safer. We need y'all.
Yeah, and Danhausen shouldn't just be throwing around curses on
No,
competitors.
no.
I still think that was the best Paul video he's ever done, is when he broke down the idea that maybe the curse was the reason, and then he broke it into all the things that have happened. It was really well done. I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed that spear Javon took. What good night, that young man. He's a sponge with a spring in the middle.
He really is.
That dude
Just nuts.
he could take some massive hits. Bryce, where are you at with this Javon evolution and, well, what we've seen?
I mean, yeah, Javon, he's just really good. He continues to prove that week to week. I mean, he can go out there and just put on a show. I mean, in the ring, he brings that trash talk in the ring. I really liked the segment, honestly, leading into it, because he was down there to talk up, I think, the King of the Ring, and Logan Paul returned, kind of, to interrupt. They told him he's joined the Vision, and I really just loved how Javon responded. He just looked at him. He said, "Oh hell no! Like I ain't joining that. I ain't doing that shit.
Hell
Like,
no.
yeah, hell no! I ain't joining y'all." And they were like, "No, we're not telling you. You're gonna join." He just like any
We ain't asking.
boy. He just took his pants off. And he said, "Give me a fucking ref out here. Let's get fuck this.
Yeah.
I ain't talking. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm about to just whoop y'all ass." And
Yeah,
that was just perfect.
that was cool.
Like I like that part of his character, that it kind of is like, all right, he's a young hothead, like he ready to get to it. Like fuck it, like you ain't gonna listen to me. All right, I'm gonna beat some sense into you.
Dude, and that's honestly why he's my pick of King of the Ring. I want to see his type of energy run with the King of the Ring gimmick. I think it would be a breath of fresh air.
King OG.
See,
Yeah.
Kevin's already nicknaming him in it, and it's a new twist on it. It's something that's going to bring this younger generation that we're trying to say, "Hey, wrestling's cool. Not just the nerdy kids watch it. Like cool people
Yeah.
watch it. It's fun." I don't know. That's my hope and dreams for this King of the Ring tournament, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it would look so good.
It would. I think he's the least likely to win at this point. Out of the Jay and the Oba, because I think there's a better path for Jay to win while Oba stays strong.
Yeah. Just
that
side
being
with the
said-
money in the bank guy.
Be right back 1 second.
I mean,
Yeah, no worries.
not to say that I also want Javon to win, because I think
Yeah.
it's the most interesting path, and it
Okay.
also doesn't force Oba into double duty.
Exactly.
That's my biggest concern, is the double duty for Oba. I just don't want it.
Yeah.
And I want him to stay away from the title. So if Brock can come out and cost him against either Jay or Javon, I think that's good. Jay has a better angle, I think, at this point, to just watch Brock do it and go. But I think there's definitely an angle for Javon to not see it and then hit something too, though.
True. Yeah,
I'm Team Javon, but if I'm looking at it, my heart says Javon, my head says anybody but.
yeah. We were talking on Sunday, and if they do Javon versus Oba in the finals, we want Brock to come out. He F5's Oba, and then he turns around, sees Javon, and F5's Javon on top of the Oba, goes and gets the ref, throws him in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Javon gets that win. Visually, we just thought it would look cool.
So the visual of that I think would be fun, but the implications of that would be not good.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the reason that is because Brock came out and destroyed both, and then just put the other guy on top.
Yeah.
It would be different if Oba, let's say ref's down, Oba hits Javon with that big fall from grace powerbomb. Then Brock comes out, F5s him 3 times, and puts Javon on top of him. That's different, because he didn't destroy Javon. He didn't hoe out both guys to get Brock over.
Yeah.
And I think that would be my concern in doing that, is Javon looks illegitimate to an even higher degree than if he was just pulled over.
And that was kind of where I played into it with the new iteration of this King of the Ring, if we give it to Javon, because that's something that competitors can always dig at with him while he's riding this high horse. We were trying to build a
it also depends on if you want to keep him face or turn him heel too.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces in that puzzle, so if it's not easily digestible, they usually don't go with it. So
they usually are quick about that.
Yeah. Bryce, you have any last thoughts on that main before we give our socials and head on out?
Nah, no last thoughts. I mean, everything was good.
What about these tag matches coming up for the next Monday night? You guys looking forward to these? We have men's
Yeah.
and
I
women's.
think it'd be good.
Yes.
I think it'd be real good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, just because I think both titles like could benefit from a potential change up. The men's title obviously been stuck on the Vision. They've been dealing with all their problems. I mean, maybe if Javon can't win, they can recruit him. I don't know. Maybe they can try to convince him by trying to save him from Jey Uso and the Bloodline. Like, I don't really know what
There's
their
ways.
angle could be because yeah, like you were saying, Javon could be a moving part in the sense of he could be face, he could be heel just off of that. Like, they're obviously teasing something by making the Vision tell him he's gonna join. So like, are they gonna force him into the Vision? I don't fucking know. But
Yeah.
and then for the women's tag champs, I mean, like Paige and Brie, what have they done?
It's ran its course.
Like, they got
Paige-
the pop.
Paige
Yeah,
still
We
gets
need
the
to,
bigger
I think
pop.
at some point we just need to get Paige away from the Bellas.
Like,
Yeah.
why
And
did
if
they
it-
not
if it-
just win, get the pop? What was that, Mania,
and then
I
give them
believe
away?
and then immediately just beat the fuck out the Bellas or something? Like, get it over with.
Well, Paige is
let-
still getting huge pops from the crowd.
Well, and that's
She's
why
gonna
I
get
think
pops
we
no
want
matter
to.
what.
Well, that's the thing, though, is I think we can turn Bellas, because Bellas were already kind of like half heel, half face before this.
True.
And then Nikki got hurt.
Yeah.
And when you get hurt and then you have a partner get replaced, you're immediately going to start being more babyface because someone's hurt, and that sucks. Paige coming back was the huge babyface pop, and right now it's floating the Bellas as faces.
Yeah.
But the Bellas could turn on Paige at any point and become mega heels. And I think
Yeah.
that would be far more interesting at this point, because then you can have another iteration. Because I don't think Paige is going to do a whole lot of world women's title challenging
No.
throughout her career at this point. She'll have a run somewhere. I'm not saying she won't have one, but I think it's just not yet. And you're probably going to end up pairing Paige with somebody else first. You're going to have the Bellas turn on her, throw her the fuck out, and then have Paige team up with somebody else. And then just you can go from there. But you want Bellas to turn on Paige to make them definitive heels. Because, again, Paige's face pops are floating the team.
Yeah. 100% on that. So we're all in agreement. We're looking forward to these two matches coming up next Monday. And guess what? We'll be covering it next Tuesday, same time, same place. But before we head out, guys, let them know where you can find you, what you're doing. If you got any projects coming up, let them know. Go ahead, Bryce. Why don't you let them know?
Sheesh. Oh, man. All right. I'm in your house. I'm in the gym. I'm everywhere. Not in any of the creepy places. I don't think so. I'm on the Facebook. Sometimes, I'll ask a
Pretty creepy
question.
place.
Sometimes I'm not on the Facebook, so like I won't ask a question. So sorry. Sometimes I'm streaming. I'll stream a game or two. I'm trying to be like Kevin, but I'm not that cool yet.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Oh,
Bryce, we got to link up and play games at some point. Like, it's gonna happen.
No, definitely.
We got Fire to play.
You might catch me here. I mean, I did a run in today because I'm a wild boy. I might, talk some AEW Dynamite. I might show up to a Sunday house party, smoke sesh. Tonight, though, I'm on Gonzo Sports Room at 10 o'clock.
Oh,
Woo! Breaking news. The young boys hopping in with the OG and his crew, and just going to talk a little bit of sports action tonight. So feel free to join us over there.
So you said at 10 p.m. tonight?
It's 10 p.m. tonight.
All right, go check out Gonzo Sports Room and Gonzo Wrestling. You can catch Bryce, young boy, doing some sports talk with the oldest man on the internet, OG Tony. All right, Kev, let him know where the Chaos brews.
Ooh, well, you can always follow me on Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram, twitch.tv/Kevin Kalloway Pro. I have a stream coming at you at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm continuing through Hollow Knight. I have had a very generous viewer pop into my chat. Shout out Bram Borak. And he has been helping me through Hollow Knight as I talk shit about all the enemies. So it's been an entertaining run. It's I got to do the clips for it, but there have been some good moments. So
I
I'm
love
playing
that.
it tomorrow. I'll be playing it again on Thursday. Maybe I'll do a pop up. I got a show on Friday. Uh, I'm not wrestling, of course. I'm agenting, but New Edge Pro Wrestling is running their annual Pride show
Oh,
out in Hazel Park. It's going to be a good show. I believe we have Storm Garcon in the main event against somebody. I believe right now it says Marco Modelo, but word has it he might be at JCW, so we might have a little last minute replacement.
ooh.
And then, of course, I'm also Hollow Knight is a grind. That's true. Incredible grind though. Great game. Um, you could also catch me agenting out in Ann Arbor at Uplift, Divine Women's Pro Wrestling, and that's going to be an excellent show too. It is. I loved the name that they came up with it because the people who run that show are a bunch of nerds just like me. So they've named a show after Gundam Endless Waltz. So they called one show Divine Pro Endless Waltz, and this one is called The Gathering. And the reason it's called The Gathering is because Magic the Gathering and all the wrestlers and the people and personalities got their own magic card that can be used through game.
I've been
And
noticing that
it's so cool.
all the different
It's so
ones
cool.
posting.
They're all not like wild unviable cards either. Apparently, they're they're very workable cards in a deck.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love when creative minds get behind something that we love, and
Same.
that's fantastic. Go check out all of that, Kevin. You do fantastic work no matter what you're doing. So we appreciate you, and the fact that we got you on the team here. Uh, Sometimes we sit around and wonder how the hell we did it, but we got you. So we take
Y'all earned
every
it.
moment we
Y'all
can.
earned
Yeah.
it.
All right, fans. So if you like what you've seen here, why don't you come and join us again next Tuesday at same time, 6 p.m., where me and Kevin and sometimes Bryce, young boy, he will use his money in the bank and come right on in. And
hmm
well, hell, we have to
He has
talk to him.
infinite money in the bank uses.
He has infinite. It's a superpower. You can't have it, but you can catch all the Monday Night Raw review on a Tuesday with me and Kevin and sometimes Bryce. So come check us out, 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. After that, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, it's the WCW watch along with me and House, and that's what we do. We watch WCW. If you're into Sting and all the neon and all those things, and Hogan still wearing yellow and red, come hang out with us. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a fun time. It's a blast from the past. We get to go and do that at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. It's a fun time, and you never know who's going to show up in that one. Thursdays, AEW Dynamite shows. It's a fun time. It's an OG Tony time. House and me, the voice, where we sit around and we talk AEW Dynamite. We do much what we did here, but with House at the helm. He dictates everything. We have a love and a loathe segment. We have so much going on in that show that you fans, you dictate that one because you guys are the AEW fans. We are too, but you guys are the mega fans. You're the ones who got us into the show. So we're back at it. We're at watching AEW. I will be absent on this show. Have to do dad stuff, so somebody will probably be sitting in for me. Don't worry, they'll have AEW takes. You'll enjoy them. So come hang out with us. Also, Friday we have an interview with Jasmine. She's going to be on the show. You've seen her in ECW, TNA, I believe, and also you've seen her on Van Wilder's movies.
Oh yeah.
Go, she she's an icon from a
That it?
blast from the past. What was that, Bryce?
So is that it?
Well, there's other movies, but I've chosen to not talk about those movies until this point, Bryce. So thank you. All the way up until the Friday interview, I have steered away, but this is why you're the young boy and why we love you. But yes, she is an adult film star from that time when I was an awkward teenager. And well, you know what? She got many young men through awkward periods of time, and we salute you, Jasmine. Thank you. So come join us. It's a house interview. So if you know those, you've seen them before, you know you're going to get a great one. And there's always a Sunday house party. So stop in. Guess what? Just hit up the network because that's what we do. We do a lot of shows. There's a lot of different personalities and more things that you can catch because we're always building. Secret time, I just set us up an AI that we can use to build websites and podcasting tools. So that'll be sent to the team members, and we'll be using that up. So things might be changing, but the personalities will stay the same. So thank you all for joining us, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye.